I'm Kevin. I want to give you a quick overview of the game Cooperation Cube, which is based on this cube here. There are 4 players in this game. They sit around the table, one facing each side of the cube, and you get some sticks. You get short sticks and long sticks. You also get cards. The cards have a pattern on them. You're trying to place your sticks on the cube to match this pattern. If you do that, you get the points on the card. There's standard cards like this where you have to make the pattern on your own. But there's also cooperation cards where it's a combination of yourself and someone else at the table trying to make that pattern. In this case, these stars would be my sticks. Our player to the right of me would need to put their stick there. If combined we make this pattern, we both get the points. And there are also a few bonus cards. If I get a card, I try to make this pattern on my turn. Again, we have both long sticks, which go all the way through the cube and actually play on 2 faces. And then we have short sticks, which only play on 1 face. What happens is every 4 turns, we rotate the cube 90 degrees. Everybody takes a turn, rotate the cube 90 degrees. That means you get to play all 4 faces to try to make the pattern on your card. The interesting thing is that you'll see here, as long sticks start to get placed on the board, that prevents other long sticks from going in that direction, right? If this long stick, the blue one, is here, I can't place a long stick here. That behooves you to play your long sticks earlier in the game when there are still open spots on the cube to play that stick. That is the basic game flow, but let's play a game together to check out what it's like. We can, of course, play with our friends, but here I'm going to play a solo game against the computer just to show you how this works. First, we are dealt our hand. We get 3 cards to start the game. 2 standard cards, 1 cooperation card. We can look at our cards by clicking the next and previous button. One thing to keep in mind, when the game ends, you have to have at least 1 cooperative card in your hand. You don't want to discard all your cooperative cards or you're disqualified. You gotta keep 1 in your hand. These are the 3 cards we have to start, and again, we're trying to make this pattern on the board to get the points. This cooperative card here, we have to play with a partner. In this case, it's the person across, and this star is us. So we're red, so we gotta put our sticks here, and we need our partner to place them here. On your turn, you have 4 options. You can play a short stick, which you start with 15 short sticks. You can play a long stick. You get 5 long sticks. You can draw a card, which will add another card to your hand. Or you can pass, which means you don't do anything on your hand. The points are secretive until the end of the game. Like, you know how many points you might have, but you don't know how many points your opponents have at any time. That's one of the fun surprises of the game, is you don't really know who's winning until the end. At the end of the game, you get points for any of the cards that you've completed the pattern for, but you get minus points if you haven't completed the card and it's still in your hand. If it's getting near the end of the game and you think you can't finish a card, you probably want to discard it. One of the big tensions in the game is that you only get 1 action per turn. And you always feel like, oh, there's so much I want to do. I want to play a stick. I want to draw a card. But you only get to do 1 thing at a time. That is one of the key tensions of the game. The other thing to think about is that, everyone is playing this cube and everyone has patterns on their card. So are there particular spots on the cube, like maybe the center hole, that everyone might be trying to get first? Are there particular spots that you want to get earlier in the game versus later in the game? Again, it's my turn. I want to do one of these. We can see this outer green color means that person A across has already filled this hole on the green side. Right now, on our first turn, we're playing the red side, and then the cube will rotate to the blue side, then the green side, then the yellow side. Maybe we want to save this card to try and get it on the green side. But one thing we could do is we could play a long stick here. If we play it on the upper right corner of the red side, if you think about how that goes through the cube on the green side, that's actually the top left corner. If I were to play a long stick here, I could actually get that one on this turn. Or I might want to try to start one of these cards on this turn. So I could play a long or a short stick here or here. Let's say I play a short stick here. You'll see that it highlights that in red, meaning that I have played that on the red face. The other player takes their turn. Now the cube rotates 90 degrees. Now the cube is on the blue face. No one has played anything yet. But one thing we can see is if I switch to try and play a long stick, I can't play at the top row because it's blocked. So there must be a long stick going in the other direction that's preventing me from playing a long stick here. As the game progresses, it's going to get harder and harder to play your long sticks. So you might want to play your long sticks earlier in the game. The other thing to think about is that the game ends when one of the players use all of their short sticks. Once one person runs out of short sticks, everybody else gets one more turn. So that is something to keep track of as the game goes along. And you can see how many sticks players have left up here. So right now, player 4 has 15 short sticks remaining and 5 long sticks. So you want to track that because as their short sticks get down, that means the game is close to being over. Let's say I wanted to play one of these. Now the cube has rotated again, 90 degrees. Now we're on the green face. I'm already in trouble here because my buddy green has blocked where I need to go to make this card happen. I needed both the bottom left and the top left. I'm either going to need to try to get this on another face, like the red face, or maybe later in the game I might want to draw, and maybe I draw another cooperative card and I discard this. Or if I can't make this, I end up with minus 16 at the end of the game. That's one of the tensions in the game, is especially these cooperative cards, they can be harder to accomplish. You might want to think about how you prioritize those in the game. Let's see. But I'm on the green face, which is opposite the red face. If I were to play a long stick, I can actually complete this card here. But again, we need to think about when we're playing a long stick, how that flips when it's on the red side. I want to hit this space here on the red side. I actually need to play this here, right? So now I can see the check mark. I completed that card. I got 4 points. Up here you can see your current point score minus 20, because again, at the end of the game, if you have cards in your hand that you haven't completed, those are subtracted from your score. And again, if you think like, oh, I can't get this by the end of the game, I could discard this card so I don't get minus 8 points. That is pretty much the game flow. You keep playing your sticks, the board starts to fill up, I can draw cards, which gives me an extra card in my hand. I can discard cards. Sometimes there's bonus cards that you can get. There's end of game bonuses for those who play the most sticks or get the most cards. And that is Cooperation Cube. Hope you like it. Give it a try.